I'm Brian, and this is Game Story Basics. Hey guys, this video series is a little bit different. Most of the Game Story Basics series are very craft-oriented, very specific, and therefore the videos can be very tight and as well produced as I can make them. This is kind of different because I'm talking about ideas and concepts, which as game developers, particularly narrative and world-building folks, creatives, that's our stock and trade. As a result, though, the videos are a little looser. They are definitely a bit longer, and the approach that I took is also a little different. Instead of creating a really tight outline and then following that, I just spent a couple of days talking into camera, and then I've edited that together. I've tried to cut out anything that was rambly or too, sort of unimportant or on the side. And I think that format was good. As I said, it did make the videos longer. I think it allowed me to kind of get into some stuff that I might not have thought of if I just created an outline and worked from it. So hopefully the videos are still good. But I did want to warn you that because I'm cutting together stuff from different time periods, that some of the edits get a little rough. There's a little fast cuts here and there, or one day someone was playing Diablo in the background, another day one of my cats was harassing me. So you may notice the videos are a little all over the place in terms of the editing. I just didn't want you to think that I just had sort of gotten lazy. I mean, I am lazy, but not like that. It's a function of the approach that I took, and this has ended up actually being a lot more work than the really focused ones. So I'm not sure how often I can do it this way. But hopefully this is a good series, and please let me know what you think. If the slightly more philosophical, longer form stuff is good. Or hopefully just works in conjunction with the tighter, more craft-oriented stuff. So I hope you enjoy. Bad ideas. If you're on a 2-person team, 200-person team, 2,000-person team, you will be dealing with the collaborative nature of game storytelling. And I will be accompanied today by my very, very vocal cat. One of my very vocal cats. When you are dealing with collaborative stuff in storytelling, you will deal with a lot of ideas coming and going in the mix, and some of them will be bad ideas. Let's start by defining bad. Very few ideas are inherently good or bad. An idea is just something that, can be developed in a way that makes it better and better and better. Or of course it can be developed in a way that makes it worse and worse and worse. So my definition for bad idea is not inherent. It's not that, that's inherently stupid. Although there's a few that are like that. But for the most part, I would define a bad idea as one that comes at the wrong time. So if you have a great idea 3 weeks before the game's release and implementing it will mean destroying the last year's worth of work, that's a bad idea. Right? A bad idea is one that does not support the overall idea of the game. If you are making a game about the power of friendship, you might have some beats in your story where the main character gets kicked out of their friend group for the wrong reason, or even there's an actual betrayal. But then within the story, you're going to have time and space for the characters to reconcile and prove the power of friendship. But if you come up with this idea, or someone on your team does, that there's a huge betrayal in the climax of the game, at the end of the story, where one or more friends betray you, and it's like, wow, it's so powerful, nobody will ever see it coming. Well, that's true, nobody will ever see it coming because it completely contradicts the entire theme and a thesis of the game, right? Or even the synthesis that you've found within the game. So that is a bad idea, no matter how exciting or unexpected or unpredictable it might be. A bad idea is one that is in conflict with core pillars or technology in the game. So the previous example was an idea that is in conflict with the core concept of the game, but pillars extend across multiple fronts. So as an example, if you're making a isometric game and you have the characters are just these little 2-inch high figures on the screen, and someone has this great idea for a powerful moment in the story that will involve some subtle facial animations that you don't have, that your game cannot realize, or cannot realize well, cannot realize with the power necessary to sell that moment, then you will unfortunately have yourself a bad idea. Now you might say, well, who would suggest that? But the thing is, people who should know better sometimes are thinking in a different mode. They have a different hat on when they're talking about ideas. So they go, oh, this would be amazing, this character, they reveal this inner pain, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, yeah, but that won't sell on the screen. And they're like, no, but it's such a powerful moment, people will get it, because they want it to be true, but it isn't. Good and bad are pretty subjective terms. Ideas tend to be subjective, but you can develop objective criteria for what makes a bad idea. And so when I say bad idea in this and all the other videos about bad ideas, that's what I'm talking about. That's all for now. I'll see you on the next one.